What's going on, guys? This is David here with Mac Tutorials 14. This is Jailbreak Us episode number 3. I am here with my co-host today. We have Andy from Ultimate iDevice Vids. Andy, go ahead and say hi.
How you guys hanging?
Pretty good, pretty good. We also have Jarek Davis joining us. Mr. Jarek Davis, what's up, Jarek?
I don't know. I'm here.
Very enthusiastic, as always.
And we also have Mr. Justin Wack. What's up, Justin?
The sky.
Alright, guys, so we have a lot to talk about today, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So, anyone want to start off?
Well, I'd like to congratulate you, David, on ordering your Apple Watch.
Oh, yeah. Big accomplishment.
It's very nice not to have to wait 3 to 5 weeks anymore to have
Oh my!
I'd
You're going to torture me with that.
Yes,
Right.
but you're still jailbroken and I'm not.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and I'm gonna torture you with that.
We're even.
Hey, Andy, got any new tweaks to talk about?
Well, yeah, there's tons of tweaks. I mean, like, as far as the quality is concerned, it's not quite as good, but it was, there is tweaks. There are good tweaks.
And we'll talk about them soon, but yeah, so, well, just to give you guys context on what we were talking about, so yesterday at 7:45 I scheduled the appointment for, and we talked for like a long time, and like the Apple Store employee and I was like, it's so weird because when you go in there and you're like, they could really tell, like, when you stand out from the crowd and you're like a huge Apple fan, because they can really tell that you're like into all the stuff, and you know everything about the watch and everything. So he was like helping me get like the different sizes and the different bands, and he said so basically what happened was I went in just going that I was gonna just thinking that I was going to go with the 42, just because bigger screen size and
Bigger battery, yeah.
Yeah, so everything just seemed more logical to me. It was easier to navigate. It seemed like it would be a better choice. So I went in thinking that I was going to get the 42. But when I walked in and I tried the different watches on, I noticed the 38 kind of fit me a little bit better. And not only just that, it was less in price, which, because I don't make my own money right now, I kind of have to worry about that. And also, too, it's just for the, for the bands, I guess, there's different sizes, so you can like change them up. It doesn't, there's not one, and that's also something too. A lot of people thought, and like when my mom came with me to the appointment, she was like, well, can't you just use that one specific band size? But it comes with those different band sizes, so even if you do get the 42, you can still, change those. You can interchange those. If you have a small wrist, you can still use the watch to your fitting because you can, customize different band sizes. So just to sum up here, I got the 32, or yeah, the 32, or not 32, sorry, 38.
I always say that too, every single time.
I always get it mixed up. I always think it's
I know, yeah.
Yeah. So the 38 millimeter Apple Watch black or space gray. And I tried it on in the store, and I really, really liked the way it looked. Like it looked super nice.
I agree. Yeah, I got the exact same one as we talked about in previous episoves.
Yeah, I got a 38 millimeter silver watch with the white sport band. Just because when I was pre-ordering at 1 in the morning, even at 1 Mountain Time, even at 1:01 Mountain Time, the black or the space gray was already like 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm just like, okay, I need to get this stuff now. So I just made a snap decision. And you know what? Being a blind user, color doesn't really affect me all that much. So, right. I mean, I'm getting the 2nd gen, and when I get the 2nd gen, I might go with the space gray. But for now, I'm happy with what I have. It's a watch. A watch to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got the same watch as those other two. Mine arrived Tuesday.
So that's in the past, correct?
Yes,
that's in the past. Okay.
Arrived with a D.
Arrived.
So I was just like, when I was so, you guys like should have seen my face walking out of the Apple Store. I was so like excited, it wasn't even funny. Like I was just like,
oh yeah, no, it's
I can't even believe that I just ordered it, and it was crazy because all this anticipation. I was up April 10th when pre-orders went live, and I just couldn't get it because
Okay, so
I just didn't have the money.
Imagine that excitement, okay? Now, imagine that it's 1 a.m. and you've just pre-ordered. Now imagine that you're also on a major caffeine high.
Yeah.
Imagine then not falling asleep till 4:30 in the morning. That's what happened to me, and it was very fun. I was very happy the next day.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I was waiting with all this excitement and anticipation, and I just did, like, initially I didn't think I was going to get one for a long time, and I thought I was going to get the second generation. But then, thankfully, my parents were just like, all right, maybe we can see what we can do. So thankfully, I ordered it, and it's supposed to ship in 3 to 5 weeks. But I'm hoping that it ships really fast, so that way I can, not even just with unboxing, but I can talk about, different Apple Watch apps and, extensions. And I heard that to, maybe bring a better segue into the podcast, I heard that there's there might be a possibility of having, a jailbreak for the Apple Watch. So, Jarek, would you like to talk about a jailbreak possibility?
I mean, it's possible, but I can't really say any more than that.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of went over this
more than it's possible.
We kind of went over this. In episode 1, we had a very in-depth, discussion of what this can mean for the community. But speaking of jailbreaking in the community, some very interesting info was announced today. And since Andy so readily stalks the website, Andy, do you want to tell us what that interesting information was?
Oh yeah, you mean I have to book flights and whatnot, so that's why. So yeah, on JailbreakCon's website, at first I believe it was I think it was Wednesday night, was it? They silently updated the website and added the venue to it, which was never, wasn't announced before. And the venue is, if you give me like 5 seconds here.
It is
435 Broadway Street, correct?
Yes, in a very historical building, apparently. And yeah, it's it's good because everybody gets to make their travel plans now. Anybody who wanted to go could make their concrete plans, myself included. And yeah, that you could submit, you could apply for a mini talk if you want, and it's going to be a great event. Yeah.
So who's all going?
I'll be there.
I want to be there, but I can't say 100% just because I live on the other side of the country. So if I could have like anything I wanted, I could say definitely 100% I'd be there. But
David, now is the golden time to book, dude. Like, flights are cheap right now.
Yeah, but since I just splurged on a watch, I doubt I'm gonna.
Obviously, yeah.
But
we'll have you there in spirit.
Yeah. And so I guess since we're talking about this, we have we were just planning it out anyway. We don't have any concrete plans, but we were thinking about doing some like interviews with some different people in the jailbreaking community, whether it be Pod2G or whoever it is my point, that we might do some interviews at WWJC. And I know that at least one of us from our podcast are going to be going to JailbreakCon. So you got Jarek, you're definitely going?
Yes, and there's a good chance that I end up speaking.
So
yeah, I'm going to, and I applied for a mini talk, so we'll see. And Britta or Craig, if you guys are listening to this, yeah, I applied for a mini talk, so hopefully that pans out. It would be a dream come true to speak for me at JailbreakCon. And hopefully we can get some good coverage in there too.
I'll definitely be there 1,000%, and I'm also making a video. I'm working on that, promoting it. So you can expect that.
Itself, you're promoting?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll that should be published at some point in the near future. Now that all the details are
at some point.
At some point in the near future.
At some point. That's the best way of saying I don't know.
So you gotta look out for that soon, but.
Probably this weekend, yeah.
So maybe by the time this goes live, it'll be out, or no?
Probably not. No, I gotta do a few things, but yeah, soon, very soon.
Okay. And also too, so we definitely know that that Sarek's gonna be there because he's always there, and Britta's gonna be there too, obviously.
Well, we don't. Well, okay. There's two things. A, Soric IT helps organize it, and B, they're located fairly close to the Bay Area. So yeah, there's a good chance, but we don't know 100%.
Yeah, but I mean, they've been there every year, haven't they? So,
yeah, they've been there every year, but you can't say that they are going to be there 100% because we don't actually. And that being said, I would love to see both of them. They're great people.
Please come.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Well, if I go, I would love to meet them because, as we talked about in, what was it, the second or first episode of Jailbreak Us, Sark is like, you know, with the jailbreak community, he's referred to as the godfather of jailbreaking.
The godfather of the jailbreak iPhone mafia, yes.
Like, he made this all happen. So, the fact that if he comes there and, like, I meet him, I'm gonna go crazy.
I have a picture with him, actually, so just to make you feel jealous.
Yeah, that and the fact that that you're actually going, and I don't know if I'm going to be going, so.
Well, you know what? Well, if we get interviews with these people, we will definitely wire you in for sure. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But so, what do you guys now? Okay, so since we know that JailbreakCon is June 20th, June 21st.
Right.
So. The question is, what do you guys think this means in terms of, an iOS 8.3 and iOS 8.4 jailbreak? Because clearly they put it at strategic times.
Right, and it's right around the timing of WWDC, right?
Yes, it's after WWDC. I think the timing of JailbreakCon this year is very interesting because it's, it's after WWDC, and you know how there's always that big huge migration of jailbreak people that migrate to iOS 9 for the betas, and then the community kind of goes dead over the summer. I think that JailbreakCon will maybe help to keep that community going very strongly.
Yeah, kind of like bridge the gap a little bit.
It's an interesting tactic, if it is a tactic at all. It's interesting how the dates worked out, though.
Unless there's a jailbreak for betas, I don't really think that's going to have a huge influence on it. I mean, there could be like a 8.4 or 8.3 jailbreak release, but there's still going to be a lot of people on iOS 9. And if there's not a jailbreak, I don't think it's really going to bridge the gap that much. I mean,
I was just going to say, speaking of a jailbreak, though, we do know that someone's privately throwing something around because I forget exactly who. I think her name's Karen. Am I right? That basically said on Twitter that she figured out a way to port over the files for the Apple Watch app on the 8.1.2 and below, and that's big, right? Because you could only get the Apple Watch app if you're on 8.2 or above. So to be able to do that, and we don't have a jailbreak, publicly at least, for 8.2 or even higher than that. So there's definitely something that's being thrown,
Oh well, that's privately. Not a surprise though. I mean, look.
I mean, there's always something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's and look, for all we know, it could be, dare I say it, Ionic. That's
Yeah, and we won't go more into depth.
I was gonna say it.
Yeah.
But look, at this point in time, he's the only one we know of with a jailbreak for.
Right.
Well, there's probably a few people out there all the time.
Well,
but they don't disclose. They don't disclose it publicly.
Who's made themselves public. So.
Yeah.
Look, at this point, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of action in the community within the next month here, and I think it's definitely going to be important to keep eyes peeled and ears open because there's going to be a lot of info being thrown at us. I think, I think there's going to be a lot of interesting news coming out of different sectors and stuff like that. So definitely keep it locked here. Keep it locked on Twitter. It's going to be very, very, very interesting to see what happens overall.
Yeah, and Craig has hinted a few times at, or even favorited tweets from others, etc. He's hinted that maybe Taiji or Pengu teams, either of them might be there, and that could have a huge impact. But obviously, nothing's confirmed. Nothing's been announced. No one's been announced except for a couple people who may or may not be on this podcast. Oh,
jerk.
But yeah, I mean, if they end up showing up, I think that makes it 10 times more probable for a jailbreak release.
So does that mean, I mean, going along with what you said with if Taiji or Pangu comes to JailbreakCon, does that mean theoretically that maybe we could see, and I know, you know, just at this point it might seem like maybe not because it's around the period where iOS 9 gets released, I mean, or at least the betas, I mean.
Look,
I mean, look at
they're going to want to
Pangu.
push out, hang on. Let me just interject here. Sorry to cut anyone off here, but they're going to want to push out a jailbreak before JailbreakCon. It's good business practice. It's a standard thing, and that's going to be the jailbreak that carries us over into iOS 9. So yes, I truly believe there's going to be something happening within the next month. There has to be.
Well, when you say they, who do you mean, like they have to release?
I don't know by they because I don't know who exactly is working on jailbreaks right now.
Yeah, we don't know, and that's something too. We just really don't know who's behind.
Well, we didn't know who was behind it in 7.1, and look where Pangu came out of nowhere, right?
And you also keep that in mind that was released after iOS 8 beta. iOS 8 was at beta stage 2, and Jailbreak was pushed. So who knows what could happen? You know, it's completely random.
and see, it would be in what beta stage 1. iOS 9 would be in beta stage 1 after WWDC. So I don't know. It's definitely fruit for thought.
Yeah. Definitely.
But my prediction is that we'll see something within the month.
Just like apples.
Pardon me, Jared?
Said it's fruit, just like apples.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. So, what else do we have here to talk about? Anyone want to bring up anything else?
You know, I just okay, let's do this. Who would you most like to see release a jailbreak right now?
Pangu.
Pangu?
Pangu. Yeah.
Okay, well, if I was at a Dreamland, I would say the Evaders.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, but
that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I really don't think that's going to happen for some reason.
Yeah, me too.
Just because they really just kind of, after Evasion 7 was cut off and Apple patched it, they just said Muscle Nerd tweeted out, look, the jailbreak is patched, don't update and blah blah blah, like he always does. But they kind of just stopped tweeting on their account after Evasion 7 got patched, and they really haven't said anything in regards to the community, or not even just a new jailbreak. I'm just saying about the community in general. They really have not been active on Twitter at all. So I really don't think at this point that maybe they could come back eventually, but at this point I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean exactly, and they got a lot of hate for Evasion 7, and I think as far as realistically awesome, not Dreamland awesome, I think realistically awesome, Pangu would be the person, because they kind of disappeared after, when they released their tool in October.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a lot more, probable, because they've hinted at it too. They've had a few blog posts when they, hint at it at the end, that they're testing exploits. So I think that would be the most probable, and I think the best, or I guess that's who I'd quote unquote prefer. Although I don't really have a preference as long as somebody gets the job done.
But also, I was going to say, too, I mean, back at the Mobile Security Summit, when that happened in January, February, when did that happen? February?
It was March.
March? Oh. Yes. Okay, well, I was off. But what I'm saying is that when the Mobile Security Summit happened, when that went down, it was being sponsored by Taiji. A lot of people thought that, that was back when 8.2 had first come out, and there was not a jailbreak for that. A lot of people thought that, hey, they might do something in terms of a jailbreak, at the Mobile Security Summit. It didn't happen. So maybe they were saving exploits, and they were basically
Here's the reason it didn't happen, though. It didn't happen because 8.3 was in beta.
Right. So do you think we'll see the same thing happen because 8.4 is in beta right now?
No, because 8.4 will be out of beta by then.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, also, this is something else to keep in mind. I thought I'd just throw this out there before we move on. Pangu, nobody really talked about this. There's no articles published, but I think this is useful to jailbreakers. They're holding their own security summit in June. I believe it's June 5th, and nobody really talked about this. And it's not only for iOS, it's for other platforms like Windows Phone, I believe, Windows 2.
Yes, we'll put very inclusive.
We'll put the info in the description, but that could possibly result in something. I don't know. That's just purely speculation.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could just see, and that's another thing too, because there have been times where, like, if you think about think about last year with the original jailbreak for 7.1, they just rushed onto the whatever. My point is they just kind of rushed onto the scene and dropped this tool, and no one thought it was legitimate at the time. And I remember I was like really scared to jailbreak, and
I tried like within 5 seconds.
I remember I had actually wrote a final exam that day, so I was offline for like 4 hours, and I get out of school and I'm looking on my phone and I'm like, what is this Pangu crap I keep seeing all over Twitter? What's going on? And then I get to the bottom of it and I'm like,
jailbreak released.
Yeah.
But I mean, in my opinion, which is very, very possible, I'd like to see another third party that we haven't seen.
Don't even know.
For all we know, there's like a team working in like France or I don't know, like Korea
even here
or
in the States.
somewhere.
Yeah,
in the States or anywhere.
I was just gonna say what I really would like to see is, and this isn't towards anyone or anything, but I would really like to see jailbreaking come back to the States, because I think just like when it went to China and it went to not that there's anything bad surrounding those countries, but when it went there, it was kind of just like, and they have, for whatever reason, they just have kind of like a black cloud associated with them, with piracy and getting stuff for free. We saw that originally with Taiji when that came onto the scene with Evasion 7, and now I think it's even funnier that Taiji kind of became a thing of its own when they split from the Evaders. I find that really weird.
Now, we don't know for sure that they have split with the Evaders though.
Because they still promote piracy too.
I know, but I'm just saying
the Evaders have denounced them.
The Evaders have denounced them, yes, but someone has dropped completely off the map.
A lot of someones have dropped completely off the map. It's a normal thing.
No, have been ever since this whole thing went down. I'm talking about Planet Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
But let's not theorize about something that we have absolutely no idea about.
Oh, in fairness, yeah. But my thing is though, and see, because it's kind of funny because although I'm in the same culture that you guys are, I'm kind of looking at this from an outsider, because I'm Canadian. It's kind of interesting because, okay, so you guys look at China as piracy, which yes, it is piracy. And me and Andy have talked about this multiple times. For them, it's considered okay. That's considered normal. But you have to wonder also how they viewed all those jailbreaks coming out of Europe and the States.
China. That's true. Well, that's the other thing too, and that's how I think this ended up happening, because so many there have been so many jailbreaks and so many jailbreak teams, so many jailbreak tools. I think someone from China just finally said, okay, jailbreaking is it's popular here. Why don't we just make something of our own and bundle? And they tried to initially do that with with the Evaders, because they looked at the Evaders and saw Evasion, the original one, and said probably, well, this ended up being successful. Why don't we just ask them if we can bundle in our software? And I think that's what ended up happening with that.
Yeah, that's true. And then we thought that it was over, and then of course here we are. So
yeah.
And I mean, it's been interesting to see where the community has gone. It's definitely changed tack over the last year or so. But you know what? I'd rather see a community driven by Chinese jailbreaks than no community at all.
Absolutely. That's always what I say whenever anybody asks me about this.
At the end of the day, that's what it really boils down to.
At the end of the day, my opinion, I think everyone's gonna agree with me. My opinion is that whoever develops a jailbreak, no matter who it is, if it's a legitimate jailbreak and I can see Cydia on my device, I'm okay with it. As long as nothing's going on in the background and everything's clean and okay, as long as I see Cydia and I can access it okay and I can download all my favorite jailbreak tweaks, at the end of the day, as long as I'm jailbroken, successfully and nothing else is going on in the background fishy, then I'm happy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's true. As long as Sorik's around, I think we're gonna be. I think we're in okay shape as long as there's someone providing exploits and Sorik's around doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think. That's what it comes down to. Yeah.
I feel like as long as there's a little bit of a hold on the early community, that we'll continue having the same successes we have over.
Let's be real. It's the old, because right now, the old community. The old community from like back in the days before I started, like the iOS 4 and 5 days and even 3 days. Some of those guys are still around, and those are the guys who are inspiring people like me who are in a new generation of people in this community. And look, the way to replicate the community is to learn from the people that started it.
Right.
And so, I don't think we're at a phase right now where we could just, as a community, tolerate all those people who were in the old community just leaving because they got fed up with it. And so it's important to treat them right, too. Right. Not only that, but because they're good people and they've worked their asses off for years and years and years on this community.
Right, and I'm not going to go much into detail about it, but I just wanted to bring up, I know you guys are going to hate me for this, but I just have to because it relates to it. I just have to bring up Ionic as well because he definitely has gotten his fair share of hate on the internet, in the community itself, and we've seen that with his different videos. But you got to be fair to the guy. He has actually legitimately made stuff that the jailbreakers could use.
Yeah, back in iOS 4. Yeah. Okay.
So it's not that he wouldn't ever do it ever again. Maybe if the jailbreak community started treating him a bit differently, he would consider.
We should probably just stay away from this topic.
Yeah, let's just no.
Yeah, I'm just saying though that we could maybe see something of that. Do I think it's possible? Yes. Do I think it's likely? No, not at all.
Yeah, is
what I'm saying basically.
So we have a new section we're going to start in this podcast, and we're basically just going to be discussing some of the tweaks that we like from relatively recent of the episode. So, today, we're going to be talking about just a couple that we think are useful that were released relatively recently. So first up, we have Screenshot Plus. This one's available in Cydia for $1.49. And it's from Dark Malik. He's actually a pretty famous developer as far as tweaks are concerned. And basically, it lets you assign an activator action to take a screenshot. It's not the normal way that you do it with the power button and the home button. It's a completely different action. You evoke the action, it takes the screenshot, and basically what it gives you over normal screenshots is it gives you the option to send it right after you take it to mail, Twitter.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, mail, Twitter, I believe, Facebook, and there's one more.
iMessage as well, I think, right?
Yeah, iMessage, and so I don't have it in front of me right now, but what do you guys think about this tweak?
I think it definitely, in terms of screenshots. Now, when you were originally talking about the tweak, I was like, well, what's the advantage over this tweak as opposed to Activator, really? Because all you have to do is just assign a gesture to it, really. It isn't hard to go into Activator and do that. But then when you talked about being able to share it to Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all these other different social media and stuff, right from the fly, and this is it from the reach? No, it's not reachability. It's just a separate, it takes a screenshot and then it's...
Yeah, literally you go into Activator, you assign the action, and then once you perform the action, it's not like a normal screenshot. It's not like your screen flashes or anything. Literally, it's just after that, it's very well, it looks very nice, and it animates very well. Basically just fades into this different mode when it has the screenshot. It has these nice, good-looking buttons on top with the social media icons. You can tap on those, and it will allow you to send that. There's also an option if you want it to save to the camera roll or not save to the camera roll as well. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
So I think this would be. I actually think I'm gonna. I really like this. Actually, I like this idea because I mean it's not that like not that I couldn't open up I could
Yeah, it just saves
open
time.
up the Twitter app and get that screenshot, but like you said, it saves time, and I think a lot of these that we're seeing, a lot of the new tweaks that do some of the same stuff like this, it's really just to save time, and I think that's a lot of a lot of the thing that's kept this running so far is being able to just save time and eliminate the extra seconds that you have to do. I mean, like you can just take a screenshot, open up Instagram, and then post it. But
yeah, that's the whole point of jailbreaking. That's what it's all about.
To make it easier, right? So definitely, this tweak is definitely worth a shot.
Yeah. Also, if anybody wants to see a visual representation, I have a video on it. It's featured in a tweak recap episode, which is a series that I do on my channel. We'll put it in the description.
I'll put it in the description.
So yeah, Justin, what do you think about this tweak?
Well, see, for me personally, as a blind person, obviously, I'm not really
oh my god, I completely forgot.
Too much.
Yeah, I literally completely forgot.
No. See, and this is the kind of thing I like giving my input on because, as an outside person who doesn't have any bias because I don't use cameras,
right.
I think it's actually a brilliant idea, and I'm surprised Ryan hasn't actually incorporated some of that stuff in Activator already, because he's pretty much thought of everything else. Like the whole sharing thing, as soon as you take a screenshot, I know, for example, my brother or, people that are friends, or even you guys in our group chat that we have, you'll always send screenshots. And I'm like, okay, I can't see that, but I'm sure it has something important. And you guys have finally learned to, put a caption, so thank you. But I think it's definitely a great feature because it saves you that extra, 30 seconds of going into your camera and, going into your photo library and picking up the photo you want and clicking the message button and then clicking recipients and then doing all that stuff. So definitely a smart plan for a tweak.
Yeah.
How much is it?
$149.
Yeah.
$149. Okay.
That's
honestly,
where I'm a big boss repo.
Honestly, yeah.
I think so. Yes.
Honestly, I don't know. See, I'm not going to comment on the price because, again, I don't realize the true value of this until I actually, could start taking pictures, which I can't. So, but
yeah,
overall,
I mean, there's a lot of work put into it.
Oh yeah. No, overall, it's definitely a great idea. So
yeah, I mean, you can just tell when you use it, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to say anything on the price because honestly, I can't judge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're probably the wrong person to ask about this, but you know what? You had a good opinion, and I agree absolutely.
Jarek, what about you? I know you're not jailbroken, so
I'm not jailbroken, but if I was, I would buy this tweak without a second thought.
Yeah.
I think it's a very, very, very good. It's a very good idea by a very good developer.
Honestly, I'm really surprised that this. Are you sure we haven't seen something like this already? I'm really surprised.
I don't think we have, but I could be wrong. It's the first time I remember anything.
Yeah,
it's one of these things. It just seems like it would have already been.
Someone should have thought of it. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. So, anyways, once again, it's Screenshot Plus, available in Cydia for $1.49. So I have a couple more tweaks I think we should talk about. These are somewhat less complicated.
The
next up is
Master is up with his psycho tweak skills. Okay.
Psycho.
Psycho tweak skills.
I'm a
ninja tweak skills. There we go.
No, I like Psycho. I'm a Psycho.
You like Psycho?
Yeah, Psycho.
He's a psycho.
You're Psycho just like your cow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I will be sure to slip that in, okay? Don't worry. All right. All right, photo size available in Cydia for free. It's by the Alcove.
What's with you and your photos? Okay.
What? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Like, it's yeah.
It's okay.
Watch, they're all gonna be photo tweets.
All right,
It's okay.
this is super simple. It will
anyway.
literally take like a split second. I'm not kidding. It's pretty simple, but it's really cool. So basically, if you're in the Photos app, what it allows you to do is when you hit select at the top right, and then you select photos or a group of photos, it's basically just going to tell you the size of the photo, like megabytes, gigabytes, or whatever it is. And the more you select, it's just going to continuously add to that list. And the way that this looks, it's very native. At the top of the screen, it just kind of appears. It's so discreet, and I just love it. It just looks like something that Apple would do.
Right.
And I guess we'll just quickly go around the table here. What do you think, David?
Absolutely love this tweak. I can't believe, like I said, it's one of these things again. I would have thought someone would have came up with this idea already, but this is extremely useful to me because during the week a lot of times I like to record like update videos on my phone, using YouTube Capture and different apps that I use on my phone. And when I go to do that, a lot of times it takes up, because they're kind of long videos, 10, 11, 12-minute videos. So when those videos, keep building and building and building, it ends up being a lot more, gigabytes. And I'm not really someone, other than that, I'm not really someone that has a lot of photos and videos on their device. But when it comes to that, it's so easy to just go ahead and press select and check all of the videos that, let's say that are 10, 15 minutes long, and it'll just tell me, well, this is 3, 4, 5 gigabytes. Let's just say, even though it's obviously it wouldn't be, but let's just say it was that that big in size, then I could go ahead and delete all of those. And I know personally, I really haven't had this problem, but personally I know of a lot of people, even my friends, that have like heavy storage problems on their device. So this would definitely, if you're a jailbreaker and you have storage issues, this would definitely help you out, this tool.
Yeah, every megabyte counts.
Oh yeah.
So it's up to you, Justin, if you want to talk about this. It's just
I mean, I have 2 comments. I'm sorry I cut you off, by the way.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's
I have 2 comments. First being native is good.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Native is good, and second being again, great idea. Not someone who has. I think I have I hardly have any space devoted to photos and videos. But for me, sometimes they tend to accumulate. You have the accidental screenshot here or there that you didn't actually mean to take, and you don't look in your Photos app very often, and they just accumulate. And then sooner or later, you have like a gigabyte of photos that you don't need, and it's just like, okay, that would be good for if you're that kind of person like me. That would definitely be a use case for this tweak for you.
Yes, absolutely. And what do you think, Jack?
So I'm actually one of those crazy people who runs a very minimal setup. So I never really have space issues.
Right.
So I can't see myself using it, but I can see lots of other people using it.
Right.
I think it's a great idea for a tweak. I just can't see myself using it because of my setup.
Jarek, do you run on 16 gig phones or what do you run on?
I run on 16.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm a 16.
And before 16s, I ran on 8s. So
me too.
Wow.
See, and then there's me running on 64s and 128s.
Well, again, this is, this is what I say with every tweak. If you're jailbroken, and if it's a free tweak and you're jailbroken, you might as well just go ahead and try it out because you got nothing to lose. And this definitely is a great tweak, and it does save time as well because you probably would be able to, if you wanted to, you could look to see how many gigabytes it takes up. But this is definitely a more Apple-like way of doing so, and it takes less time.
Free is good. Free is definitely good.
So it's free. It's available in Cydia by the Alcove dev team. It's called Photo Size. And we just have one final tweak, and this is something that Justin could, weigh in a little bit more on. It's called a Volume Banner. It's available in Cydia for free. It's by CP Digital Darkroom, and basically it's
posted some kind of screenshot last weekend, right?
Yeah. Cydia on his Apple Watch. So that's who knows what's to come of that. Anyway, so yeah, the tweak's called Volume Banner, available today for free, and it does what it suggests. As opposed to showing you the volume HUD, that annoying pop-up in the middle of the screen that always seems to find a way to annoy you, no matter what you're doing. It replaces that with a sleek banner at the top of the screen. And it's very sleek. It just shows the volume going up and down. You could even interact with it. You could touch it, slide it up and down, and it never will interrupt you whether you're watching a video or anything else. And yeah, what's so funny?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. So, David, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think this is definitely a great tweak, because I can't tell you how many times that annoying HUD shows up on my phone. With the whole, when you're turning up and down the volume, the HUD, the heads-up display itself is, really, especially when you're watching a video, it gets so annoying if you're watching a video in landscape mode and you're trying to just see the entire thing and you try to turn it up. By default, Apple keeps that, and I think there's a tweak that speeds it up, the animation up, but I think by default Apple has speed really slow. So just those two things, the animation speed of the heads-up display and the fact that the heads-up display is so big and it gets in the way. This is so minimalistic, and you don't have to worry about not being able to see a video with it. So it's a great tweak, obviously. Great tweak.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I personally love it. It's just one of those minimalistic tweaks that if Apple's going to do something, this is how they do it. So
Yeah.
what do you think, Justin?
Yeah, definitely good idea for a tweak. There's nothing bad I can say about that. It gets rid of an annoying pop-up. And I mean, hey, definitely, CP Digital Darkroom, definitely an active developer within this community. And again, I love the fact that you said, you can interact with it and slide it up and down. That's a very nice feature of the tweak as well.
Yeah, because with the volume HUD, there's nothing you could do with it. You can't touch it. It's just all volume button based. So that's another benefit. Yeah. What about you, Jared?
I really like it. I also hate the HUD, so this is something I can get behind.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And so with that being said, that wraps up our tweaks section.
Well, I was just gonna say before you do that, I was just gonna ask you, what's your opinion on oh, someone's camera's on.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, but it'll show up in
Yeah, that's true.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I hit the wrong mute button. Okay.
It all happens.
All right. Anyway. So, what's your guys' opinion? I don't know how to pronounce it. Android iOS?
Oh, Android?
Android. I don't know. However you pronounce it. What's your guys' opinion on that?
I haven't tried it.
I used it on my iPhone 4, which was a mistake because it's made for the bigger screens, not for the iPhone 4 screen. So just a heads up for everybody, it displays really, really poorly on the iPhone 4 screen. But pretty much everything does.
Hang on, before we talk about this, maybe we should clarify for our listeners what this is.
Yeah.
Okay. So Andy, go ahead if you want.
I believe it's a very realistic Android theme, or is it more than that? That's what I think it is.
I think it's a little bit more than that. It's I know definitely you're actually able to, and I was actually testing this for review, so I should probably re-download it. But there was a lot of bugs and crashes in the initial version, so that's why and if you saw my Twitter earlier, I actually tweeted out that I couldn't get some stuff to work, so that's why videos were delayed. But yeah, so that's.
Is it Winterboard? Sorry to interrupt.
No, I think not the tweak itself isn't, but I think it. Okay, so the way it installs, it doesn't install a theme on top of it, so it's just the regular iOS, the way it regularly looks, and then you have the different. You have an Android style volume HUD that comes up, and that's pretty nice. And then
so it's
you slide it up and down.
Yeah, basically, and then also too, you have the on-screen controls with like the home button, the back button, and like all those different things that you can do on Android. And it's got like the lollipop style and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm just trying to think about this off the top of my head because I had it installed, but there was so much bugs and crashes from the initial version, and there was like a huge boot loop issue. And I had that, so I just uninstalled it because I needed my phone to work right, so I could text you guys and do other things too.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. So I personally I would not use this because I have no desire to have anything to do with Android at all. So if I do, I'll probably test an Android phone. But I understand for the people who either don't want to do that, or they don't have the money to, or they just want to test it out and see what it could do. I've heard good things. I've heard that it does what it's intended on larger screen devices, as Jarek said. So it is what it is, I think. But it's not something for me. Yeah.
Look, pretty pictures are not for me. I'll just say that straight up. Anything pretty pictures, I'm sorry. Themers, I probably just broke your hearts, but pretty pictures are not my thing. But that being said, I would love a port of sounds, like Android sounds, over to iOS. That would be awesome.
I feel like that's something that's maybe I'm wrong, but I feel
Echo.
like it's
It's called Echo.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
just a tweak that lets you inject your own sounds, like when you open apps. And stuff like that. Yeah. But anyways, we should probably move on.
I can do that myself though, with the file system and stuff. I don't need a tweak for that.
That's true. Right. So anyway. Jarek. Oh yeah, Jarek already talked about it. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, any last thoughts though, Jarek? Since I so rudely cut you off earlier.
So I mean, I like to keep my iOS and Android experiences separate.
Me too. Yeah.
They're two very different experiences, and therefore they should be treated that way. And when you blur the lines, it kind of makes me sick. But that's my spiel.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'd have to agree with you on this one. If I was cited, I'd probably view it the same way.
I just wanna do like I wanna see if there's a description for this Jailbreak Week.
How much is it?
It's I don't see, the weird part is it's spelled like a different way, so I'm trying to find it, and it was okay. So I got it gifted so I could review it, but it's not my installable purchases for some reason. So I'm trying to figure out like.
Just go to our jailbreak. It's all over our jailbreak right now.
You could also go to changes, which I'm going to do in just a second here.
Oh yeah, I could have done that.
If we can't find it, we could just drop it in the description.
Oh, here we go. I found it. It's and then it's and like AND and then R and then iOS. So let's just see. And R iOS. Okay, here it is right here. It popped up. Okay, so basically it says compatible with iOS 7 and iOS 8. Android iOS brings an Android-inspired experience to your iOS device. It offers multiple features that not only have functionality but style inspired from Android's Lollipop and KitKat OS, allowing the most requested features of Android to become a reality on iOS. So there's a bunch of stuff here about features, but it is available on the Big Boss repo for $3.99. So I guess I mean if you're looking for something like this, I guess it's a good tweak. But since I don't really need that Android experience, like personally, except for review, because I want to review it to show you guys what it looks like. Except for that, I'm probably never going to use it.
Yeah. But a lot of people jailbreak their phones to make it similar to Android, so it's definitely a tweak that could appeal. But right. I think that pretty much wraps things up. I don't know what you guys think, but we've had a fairly good. This was a good podcast.
Yeah, definitely, it was good. Anyone have any last thoughts they want to talk about?
Andy has a talking cow.
No, but I actually have something. I just have one last tweak I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
Oh, the psycho tweak skills is back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here it is. I had to do it. Okay.
Okay. right.
Okay, I have one last tweak.
Oh, now we know it's fake. Like,
yeah. No. Well, I wanted to ask one question though. Just hold out for this one last question. I wanted to know. So last year, I remember looking on Cydio when JailbreakCon tickets went live. They were. Do you know if they're going to be doing that kind of like a similar thing?
I would assume so.
So they're going to be, putting JailbreakCon tickets in Cydia?
I would assume so, but I'd also assume that they're probably going to need some way to... I don't know. Because the only flaw in their system last year, and I don't know if they view this as a flaw or not, but the only flaw in their system last year was that you didn't even have to ID or anything to get in or show your ticket. You could just walk in.
That's happened all years.
Yeah. Oh, has it? Okay. See, so because last year was my first JailbreakCon, so you know what? I mean, then again, it is a hackers conference, so
Guess it makes sense.
I shouldn't really be questioning that.
Very vulnerable hackers conference. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
They almost
Apple
always are.
security experts. What?
All right. Well,
so yeah,
I think
I guess
that wraps it up, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah.
Anyone have any last things they want to say or no?
Yeah, I have one thing I do want to add.
Oh God, here comes the news. Here comes the cows. Oh, or that.
8.3 jailbreak? I thought you were going to say an 8.3 jailbreak.
No.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Like okay, if you guys didn't watch last week's episode, he tortured us with saying that an 8.3 jailbreak was available, and then we all checked Twitter and we were like, oh my God.
Okay. Well,
No, but seriously, don't do that because me and Andy are gonna be like late to make videos, and then you're gonna screw both of us up, and just not gonna be good. So don't do that.
I'm gonna spam you with text at like 5 in the morning tonight, saying, "Oh, an 8.3 jailbreak got released."
Just check my phone casually. Oh yeah, that's just Justin.
Oh.
Boy, you cried wolf, I tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's like it actually happens though. Like we're both gonna be so unprepared for it.
I think everybody's going to be unprepared for it. We always are.
They always
every time.
Why do they always come at 4 in the morning? Even if it's like a jailbreak out of the U.S.,
Really
they always
do,
come at 4 in the morning.
You know, like
how hackers work.
Sometimes when I'm up at 4 in the morning, I like check. I'm like, I'm gonna catch it this time, but I never do. It never happens.
I never do. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly my thinking. Well, actually, I actually was really lucky. The jailbreak. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Pangu 8 when it came out in October.
Pangu 8 was like the only one that came out during the day.
No, it was in the middle of the night. It was Pangu 7 that came out.
Oh, sorry, Pangu 7.
It was.
You're right.
I feel like it was something that came out. There was something that came out during during Thanksgiving. I feel like, or maybe there wasn't, but I feel
that was
like
Taiji. Yeah.
Taiji. Yeah, that was the okay.
Dude,
that
the
was
fact
the
that
jailbreak.
you like remember every single jailbreak and when every single jailbreak. And
Okay,
like,
I can tell you the release date of every jailbreak since iOS.
You may as well just go.
Andy is a wizard.
That's scary.
Andy,
No, but the only reason why I remember that is because I was up at 4 in the morning during Thanksgiving because I have these like things sometimes where I'm like, I feel like something's gonna happen, and I was right apparently, and I checked Twitter, and then all of a sudden IG comes out with a new jailbreak, and I was like, oh well. Looks like I got to do new videos on this, and it was crazy. But yeah, so that's the reason why I remember that is because I was up for that, and I remember just being completely blown away because I didn't think anything I didn't think that was gonna happen at all.
No.
But it did. So I'm happy that I caught it that time, but I don't think I'm ever gonna catch it again.
I don't think I've ever caught. I'm just going back. Yeah, no, I've never caught one. But anyway, Jarek or Andy, have you guys ever caught them?
I caught most of them.
With Evasion 7, it was just terrible. Like I literally checked Twitter every day, and the one day I didn't check Twitter till 4 p.m. That was the day. And oh my god! But
Evan, I was by my computer the entire day trying to figure everything out.
But it was still awesome. I came home and I had like
you know
a great
what?
time.
I did catch Evasion 7. I did catch Evasion 7.
I caught it, but I caught it extremely late. Like, I caught it at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
No,
So.
I caught it.
I caught it at 4 p.m. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, I caught Evasion 7. But anyway, well, there's our little side story for the day.
Yeah.
That should be a segment. You know what? Yeah. That should really be the side story. That should be like a segment at the end of every show.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Also, too, I was thinking about maybe doing like a little like thing right after we end the podcast. Like, we'll just do maybe a couple of minutes of just like, I don't know, just like behind the scenes stuff if you want.
Bloopers.
You don't have to do it today, but yeah. Well, not just that, but I'm saying like behind the scenes stuff of like us just talking and like how we've done before, but like we haven't actually continued the broadcast.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Justin has the giggles today.
Like, yeah,
he really does.
I do.
It's gonna become contagious, man. I'm gonna start laughing at it.
It's okay. We're almost done.
Yeah, we just gotta power through these last couple minutes.
Well, I mean, really, I think that pretty much wraps it up, though.
Yeah, I think we're
good. Yeah.
I think that wraps it up. It was great.
Take it away.
There's some good discussions, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it for this episode of Jailbreak Us. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. All right, guys. So yeah, thank you guys for listening in. And also too, I wanted to just say as well that we were talking before the show that we I don't know exactly when this is going to be, probably by next episode or the episode after that, but we're going to try to set up both a YouTube channel for Jailbreak Us and a separate YouTube channel for Jailbreak Us, and as well as an RSS feed or whatever it needs to, be
Jarek.
the actual, Jarek's our guy for that, so he knows what I'm talking about. But basically, you guys will be able to add the podcast to your favorite podcast application. So that includes the one, that's made by Apple and, Overcast and all the third-party podcast apps. You guys are going to be able to listen in to our podcast like that, and, not even just have to listen to it on YouTube. And I think a lot of people want to be able to have that option. So it's going to be pretty cool to have that option eventually, but we'll talk about that later. But I just wanted to say that eventually we're going to have that option. So anyone want to just touch on that briefly? Just
I understand that. I was thinking about giving instructions on how to download the MP3, but that might happen if we don't get to it soon enough. But I think either way, we will provide instructions for you to listen.
I'm going to be creating a channel this weekend, and the Gmail account related to that channel. So we will also have a Gmail account.
So you guys can email us with any questions that you guys have. So
we'll also have a Gmail account, and we can go from there. And Jared can do the RSS stuff, and you guys can do the graphics.
Twitter,
stuff,
Twitter too.
Graphics stuff that I'm terrible with, and we'll be good. So, I mean, we're gonna start to get this more organized, and we're gonna take a more serious look at this, and we're gonna, we want to try to be one of the best podcasts on the scene. So, for those of you who are listening now, thank you so much for being early adopters, and you have no idea how much we appreciate that.
And then, also, too, I wanted to mention that you can find all of our Twitters down in the description. Go ahead and follow us. You guys are going to be notified whenever we, it's just not even, with Jailbreak Us, but just anything in the community. Obviously, anything in the community, we're going to be favoriting, retweeting, and then, possibly...
I do want to interject here for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mr. Davis tweets like a robot.
I do. Also, part of the time it is a robot. So.
But you should still follow Mr. Davis because his tweets are very entertaining.
Deep. They are deep.
Yeah.
They'll teach you a lot about life.
Yeah.
And how you should live your life.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, like I said, follow.
My favorite example is when you're out of toilet paper, use socks. Okay.
Oh, okay, that is.
Yeah, that's something we didn't.
That's something we should have saved for Jailbreak Us After Dark.
Yeah.
That's a blooper. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. So follow our Twitters, and then also Andy has a YouTube as well, Ultimate iDevice Vids. I'll make sure to post his YouTube channel in the description as well. So go ahead and subscribe to him because he makes some awesome videos too, and he makes some great tweak recap videos, and it's just good to like, you know, if you guys can't listen to Jailbreak Us, or maybe, you know, as a substitute, you can't, you know, since it's not Friday yet, and you want to get, you know, caught up on the latest tweaks that have been out, you know, that are really good, you can listen to Andy's tweak recap and basically get recapped on all the tweaks that have been released recently that are really good, and, you know, that'll be before Jailbreak Us maybe, and you guys will get, you know, his opinion, and, you know, it's just, I think he's got a pretty good channel, so go ahead and subscribe to him.
Yeah, and also all three of the tweaks we talked about are in different episodes of Tweak Recap, so we'll be sure to include the 2 episodes that have those tweaks scattered amongst them down there as well.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for the shout out.
You're welcome. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for listening in. We had a great time recording this episode, and yeah, so I guess we'll come back here next week. Guess that works for you. We'll talk about this after the show.
Yeah, after we get on. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for listening. This is the Jailbreak Us crew signing off. Peace, guys. Hello to everyone who is watching us or listening in. And yeah, so we're really excited to record the 3rd episode of our podcast. So we have all the regular guys over here, and we're going to start momentarily. Oh god. Okay. Alright, well, this is behind the scenes, so you guys, because
More
we're
behind
One of
listening
these times, I'm not gonna come back. I'm not gonna come back one of these times.
What? Oh.
You dish it out as much as.
Okay, so
What's so funny?
There were really weird noises I heard in the background.
Are you sure that wasn't you on Tinder, Jerry?
No, it sounded like a cow. Tinder doesn't make cow noises.
alright. Okay. Alright, whoever's doing that, cut it out so we can start.
Doing what?
Doing the noises that Jarek hears. Now I'm starting to hear it too for some reason.
I don't hear it. What?
Alright, are you guys ready to start for
Wait,
real?
let me mirror it and see if he still hears it.
What?
Why do you keep... Oh.
I didn't do that, I promise you. I swear to God, I did not.
Who sounds like a cow?
Okay, guys, stop. I can't.
What? Dude, don't be a little... No, this is audio issues we're having now, so we're getting them fixed.
Alright.
Okay.
We got them... The heck was that? Are you guys kidding me?
Oh,
This is literally worse than
Alright, I'm done. Alright, I'm sorry.
Alright, there you go.
This is what happens when we keep Andy up late.
Oh no, I don't want Andy in charge. Andy's gonna kill me.
All Andy's gonna do is... Andy Hoff has muted Justin Wack. And then he's gonna be like, I swear to God, I didn't touch anything.
Okay, alright. No, I'm serious. My computer, is there something wrong with it? It has a virus.
Oh,
Actually, no. When I'm on Windows, it does it.
guys, Google Drive is a virus, guys.
No, like, there's some glitch. Like, I don't know if it's the mouse or what, but it's some bug.
So, yeah.
No,
I have
just
happens
Windows
to me.
is a virus.
So
You
I
guys,
can't
let's
Alright,
start.
please, let's start this. Please, can we start? Oh my God.
Okay. Let's
Justin, turn off
Turn off
voiceover.
go. Okay, let's go. I'm good.
Okay, thank you. Alright. Alright, just give us a second to, like, not laugh. You guys are gonna start cracking up now because I said that. Alright, let's...
Just give you a second to get Andy in the talking cow out of your mind.
Yeah, just give us a second to, like, not think about that, and then...
Okay.